Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. One of our fans here sent me a very interesting post. A post I feel is worth analyzing and discussing here because it exposes very interesting political development. Alinu Mohammed, former President Uhuru appeared at City Market where he bought meat. Some Kikuyu guys approached him and he tried to share their frustrations. He simply told them, sasa hiyo mimi sihusiki, juu rais wangu ni Raila. He entered his car and left. In this video, I want us to understand the story behind the story. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. The so-called Hustler Nation voted for William Ruto to the last person to send Uhuru Kenyatta to Ichaweri. What did William Ruto do? Immediately was sworn in as the president. He gave Uhuru Kenyatta a job as a peace ambassador. His first job, the first job William Ruto gave out was to Uhuru Kenyatta. Somebody the hustlers voted for Ruto to send to Ichaweri. And then again, after giving Uhuru Kenyatta a job, somebody again he was calling a dynasty. William Ruto also gave some Court of Appeal judges some jobs. And those are also seen as dynasties. Because William Ruto made Kenyans believe that anybody who is blessed in the society is a dynasty. So William Ruto gave a dynasty, Uhuru Kenyatta, a job, and then other dynasties' jobs in the Courts of Appeal. And if you look at the Kenyan courts, for a poor man to get justice in the courts are not all that easy. The courts are meant for the dynasties, for the rich in the society to sit on the poor. That's the reality of our Kenyan courts. So William Ruto gave a dynasty job, some dynasties jobs again in the courts, jobs that are meant for the same dynasties to sit on the poor masses. And then when William Ruto was campaigning, he made it very clear that he was going to form a government with Mama Mboga, Boda Boda, the hustlers, Mutu wa Kios Maskini. What has William Ruto done? In the vetting that we're now just seeing, or rather from William Ruto's cabinet CS nominees, we are seeing that they are all millionaires and billionaires. There is no hustler there. So William Ruto's government, he is forming a government with his fellow millionaires and billionaires, his fellow dynasties. So, Uhuru Kenyatta, from the voting, the way the hustlers voted, did they send Uhuru Kenyatta to Ichaweri? Or what is happening here? I mean. It's clear that the hustlers were lied to. They were cheated. William Ruto is a dynasty who was just playing clever politics. And he looked at the hustlers and he saw a good majority of them are politically naive and not informed. William Ruto took advantage of that. He lied to them. He cheated them. He is now the president. I've never seen William Ruto talking again about the hustlers. He has been the president. In fact, life has become more difficult for the hustler in William Ruto's government more than Uhuru Kenyatta's government. What are we seeing William Ruto doing? He is just blaming Uhuru Kenyatta for the hard economic times the hustlers are going through right now. But when he was campaigning, he made it very clear that immediately akiweka Biblia chini, unga pack was to retail at Kenya shilling 70. What are we seeing? Unga has shot up. It has gone up. Yes, unga has gone up. So the hustlers, in my honest opinion, were just lied to. And William Ruto saw a weakness in the hustlers, and that's why he cheated them. And the hustlers boarded William Ruto's vehicle. Uhuru Kenyatta, saying that his president, Israel Odinga, is just a way Uhuru Kenyatta is telling the Mount Kenya nation, the Gema nation, that he showed them the right direction, but they took an opposite direction. So they should not blame him for the harsh economic times they are going through. And largely, if you look at the mountain people, if there are people who are seriously complaining about the hard economic times in William Ruto's government, those are people from the mountain. We are seeing their leaders complaining, and we are seeing the ordinary citizens also complaining from the mountain. So it's actually true that William Ruto's government is hurting them more than Uhuru Kenyatta's government. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. And even before I conclude, if you look at William Ruto, any keen political observer will tell you that William Ruto is most likely going to fail. William Ruto does not just know on how to control or manage the skyrocketing cost of living. He does not know. And that's why he keeps on giving promise after promise. Already, Kenya has defaulted on Chinese loans, some Chinese loans. At the same time, William Ruto has been running around the country promising that 1st December, he is going to unveil the Hustlers Fund. The question now begs, will that fund be available and accessible to the common man, to the ordinary hustlers? And will that fund be sustainable? For how long will that fund last? Because it's clear from what we are seeing, what is currently happening in Kenya, anybody trusting any promise or any pledge by William Ruto, I think that's being too overambitious or being unrealistic. Yes, I think that's to be just too much unrealistic and overambitious. If things are to continue as they are, I'm not just seeing William Ruto's government delivering. Even the so-called Hustlers Fund, it's something that the government itself might not be able to sustain. It might not be able to sustain. And that fund itself will not be available or accessible to the ordinary hustlers and the mamambogas. That's what I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. And it might actually end up impoverishing the hustlers in that a good majority of them will just be accruing debt. Because again, William Ruto said that that fund will be earning interest. So a good number of hustlers will just be accruing debts. And that's also a departure from what William Ruto said when he was campaigning. When he was campaigning, he made it very clear that the fund will be interest-free. Yeah, so Uhuru Kenyatta has got a right to buy his meat and go. Yes, he has got that right. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any other person who wants to have a chat, a discussion, or even to share information with me, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number. And if possible, feel free to send a contribution or donation if you want to support this forum. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Thank you. Let's meet in our next analysis.